From the time that Columbus discovered the Americas in 1492 to the middle of the next century, the world was quickly changing. Spain and Portugal had established their own colonies in South America, and Spain had extended itself into Mexico. The two great empires of South America, the Inca and the Aztec, had been destroyed, and the two continents were on their way to being dominated by Europe. England at the time had not even created a new settlement in the New World. However, in the second half of the 1500s, the British economy was changing. Queen Elizabeth had turned her attention to trade. She put in place a philosophy called mercantilism. This approach called for a country to increase the exports they sold and to decrease the imports that they purchased. Because England is an island, they were limited on the resources they needed to create exports to sell. This is when interest in creating a British colony in the New World was sparked. A British businessman named Walter Raleigh approached Queen Elizabeth on the very topic. She gave him a charter, or permission, to create a new settlement in the name of England. In 1585, a settlement was created on Roanoke Island on the west coast of present-day North Carolina. This attempt was a failure, but Raleigh tried once again in 1587. Although he did not make the journey, he did pay for the supplies that settlers would need in the New World. A man named John White was the man in charge of governing the group and establishing a successful settlement. He was able to do so, but needed to return to England for more supplies. When he arrived in England, the British Navy soon began their epic battle with the Spanish Armada. This battle prevented White from returning to Roanoke. Finally, though, in 1590 he was able to make it back. When he did, he found no trace of the settlers. No evidence was ever gathered that could tell him what happened to these settlers, and it is still a mystery today. The colony was abandoned and White returned to England. This failure led to an enormous financial loss for Raleigh, and scared many businessmen from attempting to establish their own settlements in America. It would take the British another 17 years to gather the courage and the money needed to do so. But in 1607 they would finally establish a permanent colony in Jamestown, Virginia, which we'll learn more about next week.